Well, this week on Dateline Schools, we're learning about the ACEs program. It stands for Adverse Childhood Experiences, and it really means about the stress and trauma that many of our kids are experiencing and its negative impact on their behavior in the classroom. To tell us more about this program, my special guest is RESA's behavior specialist, Joe Zima. And Joe, how much are you guys investing in training not only school staff, but the medical professionals here in our community?
Quite a bit, as you can imagine. It certainly isn't just a school issue. So we've teamed up with Dr. Mercantant at the St. Clair County Health Department. Her and I are training local pediatricians, such as the Lighthouse Family Medicine. We've gone in and done a half-an-hour overview on ACEs and resiliency with their entire staff. And then we followed that up with 2 separate 1-hour trainings, specifically what ACEs looks like, and then the second hour was really how do you implement a screener? What do you do about it in a pediatrician or family medical practice office? So fairly short period of time, and they're kind of up and running with the support of RESA for materials and logistics to look at that screener and better assisting their patients. Beyond that, working with special education directors and our local schools here. We have a big training coming up in May. It's on our RESA website. We're bringing in Dr. Shailene Soma. That's going to help our schools understand the difference between trauma and ADHD. The symptoms can look remarkably similar. So Dr. Soma is going to come in and do a full professional development day with our local school districts to see what do the two look like, what do they have in common, what are the differences, and then probably most importantly, how do we intervene with each of those kind of topic areas, stress and ADHD.
Do you have any resources that you're also creating to help these people deal with this and identify different things?
Yeah, so I'll start with the pediatricians. Their first question was, what do we say to folks? How do we address this in a clinical setting? So one thing that we've done is help create scripts, which is basically how to respond depending on their ACEs score. So they do the screener with 10 items on there. Depending if they score a 0 or a 1 to 3 or a 3 or higher, there's very specific things that they would say or interact around. With our schools, we've really looked at checklists of what these behaviors might look like, things they want to look for in the classroom, and then obviously how to get more assistance from RESA. We're telling them based on the research that we intervene on a sensory level, so this looks a little bit different than maybe behavior has in the past. So we're helping them to really understand what the interventions are, how often you run them, those kinds of technical assistance pieces that teams around our county might need.
We'll be back with more tomorrow. For Dateline Schools, I'm Terry Harrington.